part of the enabling legislation talks about the role of the commission, and part of that is to secure appropriate recognition of the accomplishments and contributions of the African American population of the state. We have lots of talent in the state, in the African American community, and in the community at large, and a lot of that is sort of not known, kept sort of secret, if you will, and part of our task is to sort of bring some of that out. We can all sort of relish, enjoy, and be aware of the talent that we have here in the state. At this point in time in the program, I'm here to introduce the executive director, CASSIS, who's going to say a few words. But it seems like it's all been said already. I had a long time introduction prepared. So what I'll do is I'll bring it to personal note as well. I've known Glenn as well for about 20 years. So it seems like I've probably been Glenn for about 20 years, but I have. And back when I was a student here in Hartford at Trinity College, Glenn was the CPEP program. Pulled me in to help out, mentoring and tutoring some of the kids in the program. And my background is mechanical engineering. And at that time, I grew up in the inner city, New Haven. So the only thing I was thinking about was graduating from school, getting a job, and making some money, right? But I met Glenn, African American, in this program. I didn't think too much of it than helping out in this program, but I learned a lot here. I saw in Glenn an excellent role model in that you could be educated, you could be involved in the community, and make a living, and do all of that. And really opened my eyes way back then at that time. And his work ethic, his discipline was something that African American and a resident Canadian, I'm so very proud of you, what you've been able to do. On behalf of the AAAC, that's the name that I call it sometimes, when you're come to Hartford and the legislature's got to use acronyms, so this is one of them, AAAC. I'd like to thank you for making the time to be here today. Celebrate my arrival, and more importantly, giving the Commission the opportunity to share with you our vision. A special shout out goes to the staff of the African American Affairs Commission, Cheryl, Frank, and Denise, who have demonstrated true professionalism on board. For some of you, it may come as a surprise that I've been serving the Commission as its fourth executive director for almost 90 days. During that time, I've attended 3 commission meetings, 4 executive board meetings, I've held 5 staff meetings, I've attended 1 national conference in Washington, D.C., I've attended 3 statewide conferences, I attended the inauguration of Dr. David Carter, Connecticut's first African American chancellor of the Connecticut State University. I'd love to say that. I've attended at least 6 public hearings, met with legislators, and at least 10 fellow executive directors from other commissions, nonprofit organizations, faith-based organizations, and other state departments. Not finished yet. I've attended 6 mandatory training sessions. I've attended the Equal Opportunity Dinner, sponsored by our friends at the Greater Hartford Urban League. I've attended the Southeast Connecticut Sickle Cell Anemia Walk, held in Bridgeport. I've also attended the Hartford Foundation for Public Data Open House. I've attended the Northern Connecticut Black Nurses Association Scholarship Program, and participated in Stan Simpson's Black Perspective television show, which was aired this past Sunday at 6 a.m. And I'd like to thank Stan for the breakfast he gave us that day. Stan, you got to do better than that. One of the things that the schedule would have fitted me enough to have gotten me up to speed, but that would be somewhat inaccurate assumption. I'm still learning, and one thing comes for sure, one thing is really for sure. We've got a lot of work to do. Everyone I've spoken to has given me a courteous welcoming. Folks have been very encouraging and supportive. They have cheered me on and have wished me great success. This felt really good on this honeymoon, and I wish it would last forever. See, that's that beautiful monologue that I sometimes get into from time to time, so please excuse me for that. Right now, what's important is that I've not missed the message I've heard from so many people. They have been honest, candid about the AAAC, and I know that it will be ill time to report we don't have the time to spend on the honeymoon because we've got a lot of work to do. I know that for many of you, this will be the first time that you've knowingly attended an event sponsored by AAAC. Some of you may be surprised that AAAC is celebrating its 10th year anniversary come this January. Most of us would say that for nearly a decade we've been a quiet giant. The AAAC has sponsored public health forums, presented the State of Black Connecticut, sponsored forums with the Department of Corrections, provided testimony for important legislation, and celebrated and recognized our classical award achievers. However, while this was going on, the achievement gap for our students attending the public school systems in the state of Connecticut got wider. Home ownership by African Americans in Connecticut barely grew. The number of African Americans incarcerated in prisons continued to increase. African Americans continue to be victimized by the failures of the healthcare system. The family structure in the African American community continued to erode. While this and a lot of other challenges have confronted the African American community, the Commission has been barely visible below the radar. This perception is a sanitized version of what many concerned citizens have shared with me. Folks, we've got a lot of work to do. The AAAC bears the challenges that African American civil rights and other agencies have experienced. The Commission has spent time battling forces both within and outside its village. Some of these battles have made us stronger, yet others have made us weak. As your new executive director, it is my intention to provide the leadership that will direct energies and efforts into positive and constructive outcomes. I owe this to you because you hired me to lead the Commission, and the Commission owes this to you because you took the time to be here today, and you look up to us for leadership in tough times. Folks, we've got a lot of work to do. Here are just a few issues that the AAAC will begin to address. Since Black infants are nearly 2.5 times more likely than white infants to die before their first birthday, and since more than 1 out of 3 Black people are plagued with hypertension, stroke, diabetes, and since Black women experience the fastest rate of HIV infection, securing the right of health care and well-being of the African American community gets on the list. Since only 45% of the African American children are enrolled in preschool readiness programs, and only 12% of the African American 4th graders are reading at grade level. And the college graduation rate for Black males is only 40% as compared to 61% for whites. Securing public education in which all children achieve at high levels and reach their potential gets on the list. Since African Americans make up almost 45% of the prison population, but only 12.3% of the population, and that 13% of African Americans have lost their right to vote due to felony conviction, and when 1 out of every 3 Black males born today can expect to go to prison in his lifetime, we must put correcting unequal justice on the list. When 75% of the citizens receiving public assistance live in our cities, while 66% of the entry-level job growth occurs in the suburbs. When the African Americans have the lowest home ownership in the state, and when a two-bedroom apartment requires a full-time earning of $15.37 an hour, and an average African American makes less than 12 cents an hour, we must put access to affordable neighborhoods on the list. When the median income for the wage earners of African Americans is about $523 per week, and the average white worker is $677. While the unemployment rate of African Americans is twice that of whites, and the median net worth of African Americans is $6,000 as compared to $88,000 for whites. Assessing good jobs, wealth, and economic prosperity must be put on the list. In addition, closing the digital divide and assuring that environmental justice in our community must get on the list as well. In order to fulfill our mission, that mission is to improve and promote the economic development, education, health, and political well-being of the African American community in the state of Connecticut through advocacy, information sharing, cultural awareness, community networking, and influencing legislation. That's our mission. In order to accomplish that, we must hear from you. Each of you who provided us with your email address, you will be receiving a survey on your email tomorrow morning, which asks you to give us your ideas. For those of you who have not provided an email address, on the back of your program it is a URL. Please go to your web browser, type it in, and you'll get the survey. We need to hear from you. This will be extremely helpful for the Commission and the state of Connecticut, and you as well. We must have a strong family. The Commission will generate its strength from a robust family core. That will be on our agenda as well. In closing, this office under my leadership will serve as a watchman for the General Assembly and the African American community, both day and night, and in times of calm and in times of challenge. Thank you very much.